Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about face powders. I've got loose and pressed powders that I used when I set my foundation. I've got 6 brands and 11 empty products that I would like to share with you today. In terms of criteria on what sort of powder that I want to use to set my foundation, 1, I prefer it to be a loose powder. Second, I like it to be translucent because I don't want the color of my foundation to be affected when I set that foundation, and hence I'd prefer it to be a translucent. However, having said that, eventually I would be moving to lessening my makeup steps, and so I'll probably end up using a BB or CC cream and then using a pressed powder or a pressed powder with a tint, so it will be like a beige and not a translucent one. So these are all the products that I have used up over the years, and as usual I will talk about the brands and products in the order which I would recommend it. Bear in mind that all the loose powders I use at home, so I never take them with me. To touch up when I'm outside, I just use the pressed powder, and I do have preference on that as well. I have combination to oily skin, and so I really want the powder to mattify my skin, but I don't want it to look too cakey. I like it to look more natural and lightweight and yet flawless and seamless. And so there's that balance. I have a mature skin. I really don't want the powder to be settling on fine lines and wrinkles, and I really want it to look very natural. So all these powders, some of them come with sponge or puff application, but I actually prefer using a brush. So like this one is from Real Techniques, and it's the powder brush. I like using a big fluffy brush like this. So I can swirl and then I just apply it on my T-zone or a bit here like that. When I feel like I'd put too much blush on, and then I just put more powder on top of it. So that's how I use this. On the number 1 spot is the Natio. This is an Australian brand, so it's the Natio loose powder, and this one is translucent. I have used up. So this one's got something in because I recycled the container. That is, I think, a blush. It is 25 grams. So I've used up 3. I don't know how long this lasted, but all of the products that I'm showing now I've used for maybe a couple of years. This one's my favorite because 1, it's just very natural and lightweight. Also because it is an Australian brand, and I really prefer to buy Australian products. Really highly recommended. Once I've finished all my pressed powders, I will go back to buying Natio. Retail for $19, but Iceland will have like 40% off, so wait till you get to that. But otherwise, $19 for 25 grams, I think it's worth it. It will last for, if you apply makeup daily, maybe two months, 6 to 8 weeks, I think. Yes, highly recommended. So the next brand is from Rimmel, and this is the Stay Matte long-lasting pressed powder, and this is what the packaging looks like. I've got the shade 005 Silky Beige. I have used up a couple, and the other one's packaging is broken, so I used up a couple. I do like this powder. It's got a cult following. A lot of beauty bloggers love this. It does help in minimizing shine. It's a great powder. Affordable, does help mattify. The only thing I don't like about this is the packaging. It's really very cheap, and like, it have been better if they improved the packaging, but it's not much an issue for me because I just use it at home, and I never take this as a touch-up powder. So the third brand is called the Coral Colors Cosmetics. So this is 750 translucent loose powder made in Australia. I used up a couple, so 1, 2. I think this is no longer available, but keep the packaging because I do use them for when I have products that breaks and I just need to keep them in a bigger container. So I actually recycle. Why I like this is it is translucent, and for the purposes of setting my foundation, it does set the foundation. Ow! It does set the foundation okay. So it's all gone. The other one, I've got a powder there because I recycle. Okay, the fourth product is from Bourjois, and this is the Unifying Powder Healthy Balance 10 hours matte finish and natural healthy glow. I've got the shade 53 light beige. So this is what the packaging looks like. I do love these because of this compact size. I did use this more as a touch-up powder rather than using it to set my foundation. I included it here anyway because you definitely use this as a powder to set your foundation, but I've used it more as a touch-up powder. I do love Bourjois as a brand, and I love all their products, and so this is probably one of my favorite powders. I highly recommend as well. The next brand is from L'Oreal, and this is the Nude Magique BB Powder. Velvet Skin Beautifier 5-in-1 mimics the texture and finish of velvety nude skin. So this is what the packaging looks like. I finished 2 of this Nude Magique, one medium skin tone and light skin tone. I got a couple because I actually mix them. It's just the light is too light, and then I find that the medium is too dark, and so I kind of mix them. Like I will swirl my brush on one and then swirl on the next, and so that's how I use this one. I actually like the packaging because it's got the sponge and mirror, but then I just ended up using it at home as a touch-up powder. I'd prefer the Bourjois one because if you look at the size of this, Bourjois definitely is more compact than the L'Oreal. But otherwise, this was a great powder to really, it is true to what it said, that it provides that velvety skin. In fact, I enjoyed using this product, especially when I just used a BB or CC cream, and then I put this on top. It looks like I've done a full makeup steps, but actually I just used BB cream and then put it on top. And it looks very not velvety and yet very natural. Highly recommended. And then the last brand is from CoverGirl, and this is the True Blend Pressed Powder. So this is number 3, translucent honey. This is what the packaging looks like. It has a mirror, and I use this more as a touch-up powder. I also enjoyed it. I like that the packaging is also very compact, same size as the Bourjois. But I do prefer the Bourjois. It's also a good product. I mean, I can't fault this. I'm just not too sure about the shade. It's translucent, but it's got honey, so it must have a tint. So those are the face powders that I use. I prefer the loose translucent powders over pressed powder, but of course for touch-up, pressed powder definitely is best because one, the compact packaging, and so you can transport it and have it in your makeup kit to touch up during the day. And at home when I'm doing my makeup, I prefer the loose powders. Alright, that's it. Thank you all for watching. See you again next time. Cheers. Bye-bye.